Hey, what's going on, my good people? Yeah, we back at it. And we talking about Breasia. And I think I got an update in the case. So, come on, ride with me. Now, we know that on July the 9th, a Thursday, Breasia left with her brother Detorius and his father Henry. And they was headed to Henry's girlfriend's house. Okay? Now, we don't know what time they got there. But what we do know is that Aisha, who's Breasia's mother, told us that she had last spoken to her daughter at about 9:13. But that was through text, okay? But what later came out, because in the last video, I was like, well, did Breasia have a phone? And so what was reported is that when Breasia supposedly sent this text, it came from Henry's phone. And I was like, what? So here's my thing with that. Now, if Aisha can't tell us that she talked to her daughter, like actually heard her daughter speak, then as far as I'm concerned, I don't know who sent that text. I don't know who sent that. You know? Now, don't. I mean, it could have been Breasia, but I mean, what if it wasn't? You understand what I mean? What if that was Henry sending the text? Because don't forget, Aisha told us that that text said, "Good night, Mama. I love you." She said, and that was it. For all I know, that could have been Henry. Because don't forget, that's the same guy who was sitting in jail when she went to go see him, and the first thing he said to her was, "Hey, baby," him. So it don't seem too far fetched to believe that he'll send a text like, "Good night, mama. I love you." Y'all ain't never had nobody call y'all mama. No grown man call y'all mama. You know. For all I know, that's what that was. But like I said, if that wasn't Breasia texting her, then that changes the timeline. That alters the timeline. You know? Davenport police was looking for information on the whereabouts of Henry's movements starting at 10 p.m. on July the 9th. 10 p.m. So in my mind, that's only because Aisha said that she got a text from her at 9:13. You understand what I mean? So now they want to know what he was doing from 10 o'clock Thursday to 12 noon on Friday. So let's talk about what happened on July the 10th. The next morning on July the 10th, Breasia was gone. Okay? And one of the things that bothered me, I was like, well, who called the police? You know what I mean? Who called the police? I mean, because Henry don't seem like the type of dude that's trying to interact with the police like that. You understand what I'm saying? Y'all seen this record? You know? I don't think he would have called. But I know who he did call. When Aisha got to work the next morning, she said that she got a call from Henry. And Henry told her that when he woke up, Bree was gone. So he called Aisha, Breasia's mother, as he should. But I was wondering what time that was. Because in this article, it just says that she got a text, and when she went to work the next morning. So I'm thinking like 8, 9ish. You know, I really would like to know what time he called her, because I followed enough cases to know that usually by the time those types of phone calls are made, the cleanup is done. You understand what I mean? It helps with the timeline. So do y'all think he called the police? I don't know, but I know he called his mama. In this article right here, um, it was statements made by the sister of Henry and his mother. And in this statement right here, she says that my mother and I were out of town that Friday morning when Henry called us and told us that Breasia was gone. I told him to call the police right away. So Henry called his mama and his sister? who's out of town. For what? They can't help him. You know what I mean? Now, I don't know what kind of conversations he was having with his sister or his mother. But what I do know is that a few weeks after Breasia went missing, Davenport police took his sister's phone. That's what she said. And they didn't give it back. So why do y'all think they kept her phone? So we know he done spoke to Aisha, Breasia's mother. He done spoke to his mama and his sister. But let me ask y'all this. What kind of conversation do y'all think he had with the girlfriend? You understand what I mean? Because don't forget, they're at her house. Now, I done told y'all, I think the brother and the girlfriend could help Davenport police with this timeline. You know what I mean? We don't know what this girl told them, but I'm quite sure they questioned her. And if she didn't have no answers for them, then in my mind, I'm like, shit, well, where were you? During the same hours. They looking for Henry from 10 o'clock on Thursday to 12 noon on Friday. Where was the girlfriend? You know what I mean? As far as I'm concerned, she's a key witness. On the same day that they reported Breasia missing, Davenport police locked Henry up on unrelated charges. Unrelated. And not only that, they searched the girlfriend's house. So I wonder what kind of evidence they collected from there. You know? And we know they spoke to the girlfriend because she the reason he locked up. She the reason he locked up. She told them that he had been living with her for a month. Remember? That's why they locked him up. They got him on not registering that address. He got like a sex offender violation. I wonder if she knew he was a sex offender. Probably not. Damn. So think about this. On July the 10th, Breasia go missing. They lock Henry up. A few weeks later, they take his sister's phone. And not only that, they kicked in his mama door. See what I'm saying? Got his mama caught up in this mess. Kicked in her door. I wonder what they was looking for. Was it drugs? I mean, do they think maybe Breasia was at that house at some point? I'm just asking. Because don't forget, the mother and the sister were out of town. And they share a home. Okay? They live together. They out of town. I wonder if Henry had access to that house. Would nobody have been there? Know what I mean? So even with Davenport police doing all that, kicking in doors, everything, it still didn't lead them to Breasia. She's still out there. And I'm one who believes that Davenport police is still behind the scenes working. I do believe that. Which is why, in my opinion, on Thursday, November the 5th, charges were filed against a woman, a 37-year-old woman by the name of Andrea. And she's believed to be Henry's girlfriend. Here she go. A federal grand jury had indicted Andrea for being an unlawful drug user in possession of a firearm and providing a false statement during the purchase of a firearm. Now, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. When one of my sisters sent this to me, I was a little scared at first. I wasn't sure, and I'm like, could this really be his girlfriend? But then I read this article right here, and it made sense. And this article right here was put out by Quad City Times in Iowa. And it says that according to the electronic records for the U.S. District Court, on July 10th, Andrea, 37, possessed a loaded SCCY 9mm pistol and 9mm ammunition while being a user of marijuana. Now, if this really is Henry's girlfriend, we all know what went down on July the 10th. They searched her house. So, is this where they found that 9mm pistol and ammunition? I mean, y'all let me know if this a 2 + 2 = 4 situation. But what gets me about this is that they said that she possessed this 9mm pistol while being a user of marijuana. And I was like, what? So y'all got her for having a loaded gun and being high? Or did y'all find weed in the house? I really didn't know that was a thing. I didn't. I mean, because I know a couple people that would be locked up. I'm just saying. Yeah. So, Andrea's first charge came from July the 10th. And we know she had a loaded gun on her. And there was weed in the mix. And you have to understand, these are the types of people that Breasia was around. You know? I wonder if Andrea had kids. Does anybody know? Because as far as I'm concerned, everybody living in that house or coming and going through that house on the night of July the 9th should have been interviewed. Period. Period. Now, we know Davenport police was looking for Henry up until 12 o'clock noon, which tells me that they knew where his ass was after 12, meaning they was probably already in the mix. Police already on the scene. So they knew where he was after 12. So one of the things that I can't wrap my mind around is the fact that this girl done got caught with a loaded gun. And if it was a situation where weed was found in the house, y'all didn't have time to get rid of the weed? Y'all didn't think the police was coming? Brea's missing. And if it was a situation where she was high when they got there, then my question is, I mean, when did she have time to smoke one? Before or after the police showed up? You know what I mean? Now we know that on July the 14th, Davenport police came out and named Henry Dinkins as a person of interest in Breasia's disappearance. Okay? And then on July the 16th, Andrea caught her second charge. And they got her with making a false statement to a licensed federal firearms dealer to purchase a weapon. She was trying to buy a .40 caliber pistol. Which makes me think, like, I wonder if they took the 9mm pistol from her on July the 10th. I mean, just a thought. But the fact that 2 days after he's named a person of interest, she's trying to purchase another gun. And I'm like, was she scared of something? Like, did she feel the need to have some protection? Like I said, did they take the first gun and she needed another one? What y'all think? There's a possibility that she could have been scared of somebody. Because one of the things that Henry's sister told us was that there was word on the street was that there was a murder contract put out on Henry and his family. I mean, did that include the girlfriend too? Maybe she feared for her life. I don't know. But what I do know is that if this is Henry's girlfriend, they got Andrea right where they need her to be. They said that for each one of her charges, it carries a maximum sentence of 10 years each. She ain't got one, she got two. So she could be looking at up to 20 years. Right? Y'all don't think they gonna use Breasia as a bargaining chip? It's gonna be a situation where it's like, yeah, you're looking at 20 years, but if you give us information or lead us to Breasia, we'll give you 5 years or time served type shit. You know? They need Andrea to talk. Hell, we need Andrea to talk. We gotta find Breasia. And we'll know if she starts talking. You know, it'll mess around and be like new searches happening. Or we might see Henry's charges upgraded. Bottom line is, now at this point in the game, we need to sit back and watch the movement. Watch the movement. I pray that this girl tell them something. Anything that'll lead to bringing Breasia home. Hashtag bring Bree home. That's what I want to see in the comments. She deserved that. Breasia deserved that. Now, I don't know if this girl or what kind of mess Henry got her mixed up in. So, I ain't gonna call her a suspect. But she damn sure a key witness.
So make the news, nigga, and watch what happens. If you make it over here on this channel, nigga, we on your ass. Okay.